You spend much time out in these woods yet? You be careful if you do. Just the trees and the breeze and a whole lot of nothing. Man could lose his way out here easy. It wouldn't be the first time, you know what I mean?
Does this place have Wi-Fi? Sorry I'm late. I tried to call, but... So that's your piece.
This is my dad's. It's one of his tricks. Always keeping people off balance.
So, about the Verdant case.
You sure do cut to the chase.
I don't want to waste your time, Sheriff.
All right. Gregory Verdant. What you want to know?
Well, for starters, I'd like to... Oh, hold on. Sorry. Hang on. You don't mind if I record this, do you?
Sort of the point, isn't it?
So, Sheriff Hughes, what comes to mind when you hear the name Gregory Verdant?
Gregory Verdant. Vanishing Verdant. The one that got away. That's what my dad always said.
Your dad was sheriff on this case. How old were you when Verdant went missing?
Early 20s. I used to babysit those girls.
The Unseld twins. Did you know them?
Pretty much everybody knows everybody around here. A man takes his daughters swimming. The next day, they're up at St. Joe's, coughing, wheezing. A couple of days, Wes is okay. But his daughters, they're just kids, you know? Slipped into a coma. Wasn't long after that, till we got word that they died.
How'd their father take the news?
Wes? Man lost everything. How you think he took it? So, Muck. Radio thing on the computer?
Podcast, yeah. You a fan of the show?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's The Muck, actually. We're modern-day muckrakers, explaining the unexplained, focusing on true crime.
Verdant's just a missing person case. There's no crime in that. Funny thing about Buchanan. People have long memories. It's not always best to go digging things up.
I'm not trying to cause any mischief, Sheriff. I'm just interested in getting the truth.
The truth. Okay, Albert. The truth is, 2 kids died, and the man that most people think is responsible just up and vanished. There's not much more to it than that.
I'd really like to get in touch with John Wesley Unseld.
Wes.
Give him a chance to tell his side of the story.
He's not what you'd call a social butterfly.
I was hoping you could help me.
You can try Sammy.
Sammy.
Next to Kent. Works down at Skateland.
Sheriff, I know this happened a long time ago, but if Gregory Verdant's disappearance involved foul play in any way, if it involved foul play, wouldn't you want to know the truth? If your father were alive today, wouldn't he want to know the truth?
You ever been hunting, Albert?
West Virginia, a state that's not often in the national news, and when it is, well, it's not often good. Take the January 2014 Elk River chemical spill, which sent scores of residents to the hospital and left 250,000 people without potable water for a week. Sadly, not the mountain state's first run-in with environmental calamity. A much smaller spill occurred along the banks of the Buckhannon River in southern Upshur County back in the summer of 1998 when contaminants from Verdant processing leaked into a popular swimming hole and led to the acute poisoning deaths of 2 9-year-old twin girls, Natalie and Nicole Unseld. After an extensive investigation, the plant's owner, Gregory Verdant, was charged with criminal negligence. His attorneys arranged a plea bargain with federal prosecutors, reducing his sentence to a modest fine and community service. But on the day of his hearing, Verdant was a no-show. He hasn't been seen or heard from since, which is what brings me here today, some 15 years later, to find out what happened, to uncover the truth. This is Albert Edwin Carter. Welcome to The Muck. Nobody ever imagines having to bury their children, least of all having to revisit it for every reporter that comes knocking. Editor's note, bump into Sheriff Hughes' interview, quote, "Man lost everything. How do you think he took it?" End quote, bump back to Master. But I can't shake this feeling that John Wesley Unseld knows something about vanishing Verdant. Then again, I can't shake this feeling that everyone in this town knows something. For instance, from the original case file, when questioned by the sheriff's office about his whereabouts, Verdant's neighbor claimed ignorance. Quote, "Where's Verdant? Maybe he left. Maybe he got killed. Maybe the Abagochi got him." End quote.
Abaguchi. It's not Abagochi, man. I never heard of Abagochi. Abaguchi. Chinese drywall, fit as a Prego. Name's Randy. You hungry? Dang it. I can't believe you never had a pepperoni roll before, man.
So Randy, you from here?
I ain't from here. I'm from round here.
Like Appalachia?
Appalachia, man. Wheeling, Charlestown, Charleston. I'm hungry.
So tell me, what's the
Abaguchi.
Yeah.
Abaguchi.
Abaguchi.
Appalachia.
Appalachia. Yeah.
Gucci's a creature, man. Burn things and shit. Mess you up, boy.
He's like a wolf.
It's like a wolf screwed a bobcat mated with a rabbit Sasquatch.
So it's Bigfoot. It's not real.
Ah, hell no. But just 'cause the Abaguchi ain't real, don't mean it ain't out there. Where we going? I ain't got shit to do.
Well, I gotta track down this guy at Skateland.
Gayland! Hang on. Wait. What day is it?
Monday.
Oh yeah, they closed. Well, you wanna go see where them two girls was poisoned? Yeah, I've been up at the Centennial a few months now. Working the pipelines, you know? Week on, week off. It's an off week. Hey, Albert. You know how they know the toothbrush was invented in West Virginia?
No, how?
'Cause if it was invented anywhere else, it'd have been called the teeth brush. I love that one. Last night outside your door, I heard you talking about Elk River.
My intro, yeah.
Big old spill. You know, for like 2 weeks after that happened, they told people they couldn't drink the water, couldn't cook with it, even couldn't brush their teeth with it. Imagine that, telling some West by God Virginians you can't brush your own teeth. Still okay to flush, though.
You come out here a lot?
Used to. Not so much now. Not sure why.
You ever wonder what happened to Gregory Verdant?
What happened? Shit.
Everybody knows that no one knows, you know?
Any decent cold case investigation is bound to take its fair share of twists and turns, leads, false starts, a few dead ends. 2 days in, 2 interviews deep, I haven't given up just yet. So far, nothing has steered me from my theory that Gregory Verdant did not simply go missing, he was made missing. But by whom? An aggrieved father seeking justice the system couldn't provide him? A sympathetic town willing to look the other way? What is the breadth of culpability in a community that embraces vigilante justice? How will those responsible atone when the culprit is finally revealed?
Hey, man, didn't want to wake you up, but someone slashed you pretty good. Come on, Albert, put some backbone into it.
Thanks.
Now, you never make it on NASCAR at this speed.
Probably some high schoolers.
Idle hands. I'll run grab a donut.
He means a small
Yeah,
replacement.
I know what a donut is.
How's your story coming?
Good. Okay. I mean, all right, I guess.
All over the map, huh? Here, let me.
Can I ask you something? Your dad never said anything to you about Gregory Verdant.
Vanishing Verdant, the one that got away.
I mean, besides that. Going through your dad's files, whatever happened to Verdant,
Nothing happened to Verdant, Albert.
you never got the feeling your dad might be mixed up in all this?
You're joking.
Look, the way I see it, the whole town's complicit.
Wow.
Maybe he looked away.
You're not joking.
I'm not saying he was in on it.
In on it?
Just listen to me.
No, Albert, you listen to me. Do you have a body?
What?
Did you find Verdant's body?
No.
You got a murder weapon?
No.
You got a confession?
No.
No body, no murder weapon, no confession. Buddy, you ain't got shit. You know what? Fuck you.
No.
It's my day off.
Wait.
You better return those files before I report them stolen.
Sammy, I just need a few minutes of your uncle's time. Do you know where he is?
We don't talk much. Slow down!
Okay, well, would you mind answering just a few questions?
I was barely in high school, mister.
I've got a niece. She's more perceptive than most people. She's barely in middle school. Just a few questions, that's all I ask.
Whoa! Whoopsie daisy, you alright?
Yeah.
Alright, you be careful.
Verdant buttered up the commission, too. Tax deals or something. Said he's gonna hire local, sky's the limit.
Did people know that it was going to be a chemical plant?
Sure. State of the art, too. Anyway, you know the rest. It's all in the papers. I'm warning you!
Oh! You again?
Yeah.
Are you trying to trip me?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
First time roller skating, well, yeah, I'll give you a lesson. But if you ever feel like you're gonna fall down, you just aim for a wall and you hold on.
It's not the sort of thing that's ever happened around here before, you know?
I understand Verdant arranged for... Verdant's lawyers arranged a plea bargain with the feds.
Well, that's the rumor. Community service, probation, peanuts.
But then Verdant never showed up to court.
Yep.
Why would he skip trial if he was just getting a slap on the wrist?
Crazy, ain't it?
Look, I know your uncle was questioned by police. I've read the transcripts.
Why are you people always treating him like a damn suspect? My uncle's the victim here.
I'm not trying to build a case for or against your uncle. I just want his side of the story.
Wes had nothing to do with it.
Then why won't he talk to me?
We're done here.
You tell Wes I'm learning the story with or without him. Hello?
heard you was looking for me.
Wait, who is this?
You still want to talk?
Yes, absolutely. Where?
I'm up at camp. You should come on out here.
When?
How about right now? I heard you was gonna run that story one way or the other. Why the hell not, right? Oh. Let's take a walk. You got it good, Albert?
What do you mean?
You know, life. You on top of things?
Sure.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I had it good once too. Ah, that was a long time ago. Sometimes I look back, I'm not even sure that was me. Now, ain't this nice?
Beautiful.
Sure is. Of course, around here, you never know. Sunny one minute, raining the next, especially in the summertime. I swear, you never, ever see the worst storm before they hit.
Where are you taking me, Wes? I'm sorry.
Sorry's easy, everybody's sorry.
I didn't mean it that way.
It don't matter what you mean. Don't matter what you say. All that matters is what you do.
Also matters what's right.
Right, wrong, black, white. That must all make perfect sense to you.
Not perfect, Wes, just better than the alternative. Where a man goes missing and nobody gives a shit.
Maybe so, but you ever wonder? Maybe not all missing people need to be found.
I don't buy it.
Well, that's mighty insightful, Albert. Coming from a guy like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, come on, man. I can spot you a mile away. You come in here, think you know better.
About what?
You don't know hardship. You don't know loss. End of the day, you're gliding through it all.
That's not true.
Bullshit. Folks like you don't know nothing about nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought.
My wife was killed 2 years ago. Drunk driver.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry's easy, Wes. Everybody's sorry.
Tell me something. What happened to the other guy?
Some dumbass kid. My wife died instantly. He didn't. I saw him, too, after, in the ER, what was left of him anyway. Through the bandages and the tubes and ventilator. You know, all these visitors, family, friends, I just sort of sat there and watched, and waited, and prayed. And prayed to God that that worthless piece of shit would die. And he did. You may think I don't know nothing. I'm trying to make sense of something I don't understand, but I do understand. You lose something, like I did, like you did. Nothing makes sense. Don't tell me I don't know loss, because I do. And it haunts me every day.
You spend much time out in these woods yet? You be careful if you do. Just the trees and debris and a whole lot of nothing. Man could lose his way out here easy. It wouldn't be the first time, you know what I mean? Be careful if you do. Just the trees and debris and a whole lot of nothing. Man could lose his way out here easy. It wouldn't be the first time, you know what I mean? Now, I know you think we have something in common. Maybe we do. But there's still one big difference. What's that? You never had to choose.
I came to Buckhannon to find Gregory Verdant. Next week, Natalie and Nicole Unseld would have been 25 years old. I can't help but wonder what their lives would have meant to the community of Buckhannon. I saw how the poisoning of 2 young girls poisoned an entire town. When someone we love is taken from us against our will, how do we find the will to carry on? Is that will our own? What happened to Vanishing Verdant? I guess I'm at as much of a loss as the rest of this town. Maybe he left. Maybe he got killed. Hell, maybe the Abaguchi got him. Everybody knows that no one knows, you know?